Hello, everyone. Thank you, everyone, for coming. It's good to have you guys here. Many different faces. This is my 5th DeSci Berlin conference, so it's good to see new faces around every time. So welcome, everyone, if that's your first time. I'm here representing VitaDAO. So quick introduction for those of you who might not know what VitaDAO is. It's a decentralized funding collective focused specifically on longevity research. We've been around since 2021. VitaDAO launched fully on-chain, raised north of $4 million, and have deployed that capital across many different longevity projects in startups. So I'm going to talk a little bit more about what we're who we are at the end of this talk, but the focus for us here today is actually to announce our new consumer product that we spent quite a lot of time working on this year, which we're calling the Vita App. So before I go into the details here, quick show of hands. How many of you guys use some sort of wearables to track your sleep, to track your health? Okay. And how many of you guys have actually crossed that information with your blood work, for instance, or with any other health data that you guys have? Have you guys ever used AI to do this, for instance? Okay, a few of them. Okay, cool. So this is, well, the gap, you guys could see the gap between the first question and the second question. So this is exactly the reason why we built the app. So the idea is you basically have all of your health data connected in a single place. And the Vita app acts as your private longevity co-pilot, digesting all of that information in a fully private manner. That last part is really, really important because I think health data is one of the most important data that we have. So we really, really focus on building something that is fully private end-to-end. So we cannot see your data. We built this because we wanted it for ourselves. We are the main users of this. We don't want to share our data with anyone as well. So it's fully private end-to-end. So these three things have never been connected before, or at least it's not very easy to do so. Your sleep data from your gadgets, your blood work from the labs when you go to the doctor or whatever, your training activity from your gadgets as well. If you do decide to connect them in one single place, you're probably being the product. They're probably using your data to train their models. You're exposed somehow. So you basically had to pick one. So we did build this app to make them all talk to each other in a way that was not possible before. And again, it does all of this fully privately. And for the intelligence behind the app, we built our own AI agent. So this started with the launch of Albright. Some of you guys have heard of it. We launched a longevity-focused AI agent inspired by Albert de Grey and his research. So the agent was trained on private labs data from his own foundation, plus all the literature, the longevity literature that we see out there. So we trained our own research-focused agent, and now we are baking that into the app. So that is the main brain, the main engine behind the application, and it's basically what we use to digest and make sense of all of our health data. Cool, so I want to spend most of my time here actually showing you the app and inviting you to sign up for it. So I have a presentation for you guys here and a little demo. So here's the homepage. It basically shows you how you're doing overall. So your main metric here, your main KPI is your biological age. So this is calculated based on your blood reports. It takes into account your biomarkers. 9 of them, we're using the PhenoAge algorithm, which is a very research-backed one. So it basically calculates your bio-age, it calculates your delta versus your chronological age, and then some more data around how you're doing today. So here's your sleep score and how does it compare to the last 30 days, your readiness score. This is coming from Whoop and Aura in my case. And it also shows a little bit of your summary around your biomarkers. And every day you're gonna log in here and you're gonna have a little daily insight created by our AI. that is basically trying to make sense of where you're at and also take into account your goals that you set during the onboarding process. And it basically try to help you reach your goals based on how you're doing today. So let's drill into some of these. So your sleep score, you can basically see your entire sleep architecture. It shows your average deep sleep, REM sleep, light sleep over time. It's a very long time series if you're using the gadget for a very long time. Also shows how your recovery is doing with your heart rate variability and your resting heart rate over time as well. So, these two are famously uncorrelated to each other. So that's why the chart looks like this. Also a very long-term time series, which is, pretty valuable. And you can with the agent, with the AI that we have built in, you can reason over very long periods of time. So you can basically ask, how does my HRV from last year compare to the HRV this year? And given everything that I'm doing, why might that be the case, right? So you can reason over all of your data. This one shows your blood oxygen level over time as well. This one is one of my favorites, particularly. It basically shows your training activity over time. You have a little calendar view, and the breakdown of what you're doing. It's really, really good to help you keep track of how your week is going, how your month is going, and overall, if you have long-term data, it's kind of fulfilling to see how many active days you've had, the duration of your exercises, calories you burn, and so on. This one coming from an Edge gadget. I don't know if you guys use it. It's called Withings. It basically shows your body composition over time, your body fat, muscle mass. And we also have a segmental analysis where it shows those two metrics across your body parts: trunk, right arm, left arm, and so on. And also over time, right? So you can play around here. You can see how it's going. And here's also a long-term trend of these metrics. Cool. This one is also very important. So this tab shows your biomarkers. You can basically upload a new panel. So say that you just got your new results from the lab. You can click upload. AI will parse everything, and it's going to basically fulfill this screen. So it all works in 10 seconds. It's pretty good. So it basically shows how well you're doing. And these ranges are ranges that are focused on longevity, right? So we are not trying to be normal. I think this is for people that are into optimization. So it shows, given your numbers, how close to the optimal range are you, and which ones need attention. So in my case, my last panel had tracked 47 biomarkers, and this is how I'm doing across them, right? And you can see the ranges here. Well, you can also, if you have a problem or a specific condition, maybe you have chronic high cholesterol, you can also track a specific one. So here you can see your long-term trend as well. In my case, I have blood reports coming back from 2018 here. So it's a pretty long-term trend. This is also very good for you to track if there's anything wrong with your body over the long term. Some of these things develop slowly over time, and when you catch it, it's already too late. So the idea here is that you can catch these things early on as well. Cool. Here is the main page where you can interface with the AI. So basically, you can ask any questions here. It has a pretty analytical framing. So it's always trying to analyze your data and give you some insights. So in this case here, I'm just following up on the daily insight that I showed you guys in the overview page. Just following up and ask, why did I score it this way today? Then it basically gives me a breakdown of what my primary drivers were, and where's the mechanism, and again, action-oriented, what should be the next step. Cool. Here is where you can see all of your data that you uploaded onto the platform. As I said, it's fully encrypted. So you do have to set up your encryption key before you even sign up, or during the sign-up process. And here is basically where you can aggregate everything. For me personally, this on its own is already valuable, having a single place where I can upload all of my blood work in a private manner. because, you know, like realistically, who remembers where their blood work from 10 years ago is stored, right? So I think this on its own is already very available. And you can basically, you know, delete all their data. We're not going to keep track of anything. We're putting like really users in the center. You can export everything in a JSON file if you want to use, I don't know, like another tool to analyze it. And then the other two things I want to show you guys is, let's see, so staking. This is where the crypto component comes in a little bit. So given we're not running on an ad model or anything, you know, users are not the products. This is the product that we're selling to users. So this is on this app works on a subscription basis. There's a free tier where you can, you know, test it out and so on. But if you do decide to go for a plus or a pro tier, you have to pay like a certain monthly fee. And if you are a Vita token holder, you can actually get a discount. So there is like a discount simulator that we baked into the app here that basically simulates your discount based on the amount of Vita that you have and the time that you are willing to stake it for. So you can stake it directly in the platform. You can add your wallet, stake your Vita, and, you know, just keep it staked. It works on a 2-week rolling period. So every period gives you a certain discount, and then you accumulate that discount over time. So, you know, the longer you stake and the more you stake, the more discount, the bigger your discount. So yeah, this is a little perk for our community and for our initial believers. Cool, and the last feature I want to show you guys is this. This is basically what we're calling a research radar. It helps you keep track of longevity research given some of your main interests, right? So we built this with people that have chronic conditions in mind. So if you do have a chronic condition and you are, say, like actively trying to keep track of the latest research to try to find a solution for a condition, you can use this tool. So in my case, I do suffer with cartilage lesion in my knee, so I have this term here, and this helps me keep track of the latest research around this, so I can maybe act on it in the future. There's a lot happening already that I'm aware of, but it's hard for me to keep track of it. So this is like my one place. I'm gonna be receiving like weekly or monthly emails with like the latest research, so I can digest, and then I can come back to the app, ask more questions, and, you know, maybe act on it at some point in the future. So yeah, this is what I wanted to show you guys. Perhaps one last thing. This page, this is my protocol. This basically is our N of 1 experiment. So we built this with biohackers in mind. We know that people like to experiment with a lot of stuff, a lot of compounds, a lot of protocols, training protocols, maybe, you know, like some longevity pills that they're trying, peptides, wherever it might be. The idea is you can log everything here, and you can see the impact that it is having on certain biomarkers that you define. So in my case here, for instance, I'm tracking like total lipids, triglycerides, all of that. It's basically gonna take into account the starting period and the end period of your protocol. And if you do have blood work uploaded in between those ranges, it's gonna basically try to see what impact your protocol had on those specific biomarkers. Yeah, and then like in the overview page, you can basically, you know, it helps you keep track of your protocol. So this is, you know, what I have in there. So whenever I'm done with, you know, taking my magnesium, I just come here and check it out. So I know it's done. So it also helps you keep track of things. Cool. That's what I wanted to show. Right. So as I said before, this is all fully encrypted, fully private. Not even us can see anything in the database. All you see is ciphertext. Even if, you know, our main database has a leakage, nothing is lost, which is great. But it also means that you guys hold the keys, right? So just like crypto, you know, your keys are tokens. This is like your keys are data. So, you know, save it in a safe place. But you can also trust the browser. You know, like if you're using this from your own computer, as I am, so you don't have to be inputting your decryption key every time. You can basically trust the browser, and it's going to live there. But again, if you lose your computer, then it may be compromised. Cool. So let me just get back to where I said at the beginning and talk a little bit about VitaDAO and how does that fit into our broader vision and our broader mission. So as I said, we are a collective that funds longevity science. We've been doing this for over 5 years. We funded over 5 million, almost 5 million into longevity research, more than 30 projects, and we are fully member-owned. So token holders are ultimately the owners of the organization. And like we have our own governance process where if you are a token holder, you can basically define where the organization is going, where the capital is deployed and all that. And the way we see Vita App is basically how the science we fund and the science we develop reaches your body. So, like ideally we're going to come at a place where some of our projects are actually creating like consumer products that can be used in the users, right? I think, some of our projects are already getting there. We are close to getting to clinical trials in one of them. There is another one that might launch like a skincare product soon. So, all of these things are ultimately going to be available in the app as well. So you're going to see a lot of the output of the research that we fund in advance in there as well. And how does that how does that fit into our main vision, and how does the flywheel effect work for us here? Every member that signs up in the app actually makes the science compound faster. So we started funding a lot of science, great. We have a lot of scientific data, great. We are using that to train our AI and make the AI smarter, which basically means that our app is going to function a lot better. It's going to give you some better insights. All the insights that we give comes with citations, or not, I shouldn't say all, but like a lot of them comes with citations, especially when needed and when requested. So, we have an agent that really understands longevity science. So the better the experience with the agent is, the more users we have, the more funding we have to fund more science. So this is how the flywheel effect works that we're envisioning. So, every sign up basically spins this faster for everyone. So here's a QR code if you guys want to try it. You can start it for free. If you guys have a gadget, just please connect one device, sync it up, see how it works. Your first insight should arrive in about a minute after your historical data syncs. And for the first 50 members that sign up, we might have some surprises for you in the future. So please scan the QR code, and I'll be around if you guys have any feedbacks. I'm very keen to hear what you guys think. Thank you so much.